Oh, okay.
I just get you to say his full name, just make sure we have it correct.
Crystal Martin, Kristal.
Okay, and Crystal, tell us where you're from again?
Gaithersburg, Maryland.
All right, and tell us just a little bit about what happened, how you lost Abby, what happened, and kind of all the way up until now.
We had arrived in Mississippi after a 15-hour car ride to visit his family for the first time, so we were all excited, my first trip to Mississippi. And the second we pulled up to his cousin's house, we all got out of the car, and Abby got out of the car, and 3 of the cousin's friendly dogs came running out and chased after Abby. And Abby got scared because she had just woken up from a nap and just completely ran off the property. So at that point, we all didn't panic so much at that point, but we started looking for her. He was walking through the woods, I was calling for her. And after about an hour or so, we started to panic. And we stayed out there until about midnight, started making signs, posting on Facebook, hoping somebody would possibly see. And from that point, the rest of the time we were here, we were just driving around with family. We'd get different people that would call, but it wasn't Abby. And we just kept driving around, and finally, we had to get back on the road to go back home on Memorial Day. So we hadn't had any sightings of her whatsoever. We were discouraged. We both had moments of crying together, became catatonic, just staring at each other. There was a family member that was missing. And all we knew at the time is that we just needed to, what do you do at that point? Social media, contact whoever you can, trying to spread the word as much as possible. On the drive back home is whenever we got the phone call that she had been spotted. So we were in Alabama. Our car broke down. I mean, it was horrible trying to get back home, but at that point we kept getting all these sightings of Abby, so we knew that she was alive. And at that point our faith was restored, and we finally had hope again, because we were concerned that, especially in this area, that maybe it was somebody, would take her and she'd get in the hands of dog fighters or something else, because she is a pit bull. So we were very concerned, even to the point of Friday night whenever she had gone missing. Once we realized the dog fighting situation and all that, we were almost praying that she would maybe end up getting hit by a car or something, because we don't want her to end up in the hands of somebody like that. There's far worse, fate than that. So finally, we were working with a dog tracker that is based out of Tennessee, Elizabeth, and she is like Mission Impossible. She was talking about how we need to clear everyone out of the area, we need to focus on only my scent because Abby's so used to me. So we packed up the car. We were planning on camping out in the woods this weekend. We had toilet paper in the car. I mean, I had no clothes, makeup, nothing. And we planned on just camping out in the woods. We had a bunch of her bedding. And while we were on our way back down here, we got the phone call that that they had her. And at that point, I think everyone was screaming and we're all freaking out and we're swerving on the road and just so excited. And so now we're here with Abby, finally got her back.
Obviously, we saw the elation and kind of the joy when you saw her, but explain what goes through your mind when all of this that you just explained, you've had this long process of not knowing where she was, and all of a sudden you're reunited. What was that like for you?
It's overwhelming. I mean, you have people who have dogs, and then you have people who bring their dogs into the home as a family member. And, I was always raised, and so is he, fight for the ones that you love. Whether they have 2 legs or 4 legs, it doesn't matter. So all I knew is that, not knowing where she was, we were going to keep fighting for her, and hopefully, somebody would grab her. And thank goodness the thunderstorm happened. She was scared, and it was finally that time to seek help. And thank goodness she, went to the right car with the right people and trusted in them. And it's just overwhelming.
What was the message you have to these people that helped search for her while you were on the road? Here we are, just wandering the woods. We don't know anybody. We don't know what to do. And they literally were our saviors. They were doing everything, all the legwork. I don't know any rescue groups down here. I don't know anything about this area down here. And Cindy's tagging me in posts and saying, look at all these people who care about you. And then all of a sudden, Abbey in her story has 2,000 shares, and we're just like, oh my goodness, people are caring. That was the only thing that kept us going, knowing that our biggest fear was her ending up in the wrong hands.
My mom kept telling me there's more good than evil in this world, and they all proved it. You know, we had so many good people in the area, there's not a chance that anybody bad would have gotten her. So, I can't thank you guys enough for everything. I get frustrated saying thank you because it doesn't truly express how I feel. I mean, that's our baby girl. She's been there for me at my worst hour, and she's helped pick me up, and all of you were there for her, and so were we, just trying to get her back, and we're just so grateful.
And how long have you had her?
I've had her since she was 12 weeks old. She was the size of my foot, and I raised her. She's going to be 6 on January 1st.
What's the first thing on the list once you get her home?
Bed and cuddling. That's basically it. That's all we care about. We just want to get her home, and she's grounded for the rest of her life. So
Anything else that you want to say?
that's it. Just want to thank everybody, not just the women who rescued her, but the whole community. You know, everybody on Facebook that came forward and helped share her story. And it didn't take just one person. It was a combined effort of thousands of people. So we can't thank everyone enough.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything else?